Hi, I'm Ben.
Hi, I'm Jacelyn.
I'm Tyler.
And we're Said the Whale.
Let's give it up for them. Yeah. We're at the Red Stag Barbershop X Lounge and Elephant and Castle. How was the Elephant and Castle food for you guys?
It was delicious.
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
So what kind of food are you eating on tour?
all of it.
Is it like being catered, or are you like
Oh,
swapping
no.
No.
We're a very basic operation. It's every man for himself kind of thing.
But we're all big fans of A&W, so we often eat at A&W, A&W.com.
Jacelyn, I
you wanna
read that you're a
sponsor us.
cook. Are you a cook? Who's the cook? Are you the cook?
I cook. Ben also cooks a lot.
Yeah?
Jace cooks with recipes.
With actual recipes?
Yeah.
Don't you guys
Well-
have a cookbook?
We do.
And so you can get that available? On,
Yes.
Okay.
At
It's
the merch
a
table.
masterpiece. It's a work of art.
It's called Cascadia Cookbook.
Wow. Okay. Ty, you're not cooking?
I don't really like to cook, actually.
But
I love to eat.
He's a
Tyler's a
mixologist.
mixologist. There's recipes for alcoholic beverages to accompany each meal, and Tyler was
This is like the
in charge of
perfect
this.
bed where there's food and drinks and you don't know. Okay.
We like to think so.
There's a recipe to accompany every song on the album, so it's sort of like a companion piece for the record. Yeah. So as you go through the album, you could go through the recipes and cook yourself a themed meal for every song.
Can we do this live, like at the venue?
It would take hours and hours,
Absolutely.
but
You
we could.
supply
Yeah.
the
I would love to
ingredients.
do
We
that.
will eat and cook that food.
First off, let's talk about Cabin that you performed at, and actually in Lethbridge too. So Edmonton and Lethbridge, you did something in connection with Dan Megan. Can you describe this?
He started a platform called Side Door Access, which is a platform that connects artists with hosts who would like to throw house shows or shows in alternative spaces. And it's kind of like Airbnb, but for bands and hosts. And so we used that app to connect us with a show in Lethbridge at somebody's media office. It was like a very small, narrow building. And then another one last night in Edmonton at somebody's really awesome log cabin, like
Overlooking a golf course in the
And how
valley.
were those shows? I'm
They're
guessing
really
pretty-
awesome and
fun.
fun. It's really cool to have people show up who obviously care about your music, and they're not just coming on a whim because they made effort to go there and get those tickets and do the thing. And so everyone was singing along. Feels very intimate, and I can imagine for a lot of traveling singer-songwriters, pouring your heart out in a bar full of loud, drunk people can be soul-crushing. So to perform in a nice house in front of an intimate audience can be a beautiful experience.
And honestly, like with respect to the current systems in place, you can make more money at house shows than you can at a lot of traditional venues. Just because the overhead at venues is often a lot with security and sound techs and bar staff and just opening the place. And so with the house show, the financials are very artist friendly.
Huh. I wonder if this is a new way.
It's definitely a way.
Way.
Yeah.
More to come. So okay. You guys are gonna be joining us at One Weekend Only in Banff. Can you tell us a good memory from Banff, or you've been to Banff? I take it.
Yeah. We've done a lot of writing in Banff, actually.
That's right. Yeah. We had cabins, little huts at the Banff Center twice for two records, Hawaii and As Long as Your Eyes Are Wide. Lots of those records were written in Banff. Yeah. But this will be a different side of Banff. This is the rock and roll side of
Party
Banff.
side. We were supposed to play in Banff once, and then there was I don't remember, a giant flood, and the highways were flooded, and they were helicoptering people off the highways. We were supposed to be there then,
It was like
You were
four-
there?
It was like
We were
4
supposed
years-
to be.
4 years
We
ago,
didn't
maybe?
make it,
but we
obviously.
didn't make
5
it.
years ago?
Yeah.
So you didn't make it, but you weren't.
We were supposed to play
Yeah.
that weekend, and then it was canceled because we couldn't get there. We didn't have
Sue?
a boat.
No. Wow. That's okay. Let's talk about Arkell. So they're on the bill. What could you say about that band?
Oh,
They're-
I mean, they're okay. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No, you go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say they're just one of the most hardworking bands in the world.
Yeah, the
I-
sweetest dudes.
the sweetest dudes.
In Colorado?
Cool.
Well,
that's-
we're not on the same night.
No.
Yeah.
No,
We
but
don't
you-
get
I
to
guess-
watch.
But they're also one of the hardest working bands and the sweetest dudes. Even if they are calling it their last tour ever, they're still hard-working guys.
You know, the thing is, when you're a Canadian band, you kind of have to be hardworking and nice.
Yeah.
And so
It's kind of a cliche. We're going to try and be lazy and ass.
A lot of bands fit that
Stroll.
description.
Socially
Astral.
different. This is live, right?
Well, welcome back to Central Alberta. So, is there a memory that stands out to you being here in Red Deer or Central Alberta in general?
You know, we one time got pulled over for weed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, now it's legal. They owe me an apology.
They owe you
Please
some
tell us this
weed.
story.
Well, It's kind of an interesting story because it was the first time that we ever utilized Twitter, and that landed us an interview on CBC with Grant Lawrence. like moments after this happened where we got pulled over just outside of Red Deer because that's where there's a training facility. So they love to pull over vans and trailers because apparently our chains on that attached to the van weren't crossed over. So anyways, they searched us and found a little tiny bit of marijuana, and it was on 420, and that had been saved for a period of time for 420. Anyways, I sat in the back of the police car in handcuffs and talked to this nice officer who was actually really pleasant. And then Tyler was tweeting about it while it was happening, and I got back in the van, explained the situation. He let us go. I got his card because I wanted to, thank him later for being kind to us. And anyways, it was a whirlwind, a weird moment, but it's memories.
That was our first introduction to Red Deer.
Yeah, memories last forever. Yeah.
And we didn't actually play Red Deer for like 10 years.
Yeah.
After that?
Well, this year is
Well,
the
we
first
played-
time we ever played Red Deer.
We played
Yeah.
Shake the Lake.
We played Shake the
which
Lake
is
Right,
one time.
close, but it's not.
It's close.
Not right
Yeah,
there.
and we did karaoke afterwards, and apparently a guy won the lottery that night, was buying everybody
That
shots.
was here.
Wow, there's so much going on here.
Yeah.
He,
So many
he
stories.
said, I won the lottery shots for everyone, and then he gave everyone shots of Jack Daniels,
Yeah.
which is not what you buy for people if you've won the lottery.
Well, it is if you're smart. Your money won't last forever.
Depends which lottery, I guess.
Yeah, maybe he's just like, I won the lottery, and I'd like to get you the cheapest shot so that I can use my money in smart ways.
Dave is joining you guys from Tokyo Police Club. What could you say about Dave?
I love that guy.
Yeah?
He's so awesome. And his solo music is not Tokyo Police Club, and it's a neat flavor to add to a show because it's kind of like a mellow acoustic-y set, and it's really enjoyable to listen to every single night.
He may get up on stage with us later.
No.
Maybe. For a maybe cover
Only
song.
if you buy
maybe.
tickets to the show. So.
Okay, let's talk about election. This is upcoming election.
Wait, why?
Well, we got to talk about
politics.
We could talk about A&W again.
Well, what
Pass.
do you say to those that are like undecided to vote and they're just like, no, my vote doesn't count? Because as you guys are role models, you guys can influence a
Find something-
generation
I would
to
say-
go out and vote.
Find something you
Research.
care about,
Yeah,
and then
research and
research
vote.
who's doing the best to incorporate that into their platform, and then ask somebody smart that you know about their opinions and who they see fit. I ask my parents because I trust them fully, and if I'm not 100% sure on who I'm going to vote for, I like to do crowdsourcing and see who's going for what.
Jason, you're same thing.
Well, I would research for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a bad
Yeah,
year.
it's-
This is the next question.
Okay, go out and vote. Okay, let's talk about what you guys were doing. I guess in the Vancouver area, that you're visiting schools and all that. The project that you're doing, and describe that. That's just so great that you guys are touring schools and
Yeah, it was awesome.
yeah.
We did some elementary schools, some high schools. We partnered with Air Miles, who helped us donate money to their music programs. Then we also did like a sort of like a talent search to find an opening act for our show at Malkin Bowl in Vancouver. And we, the winner was this kid Jaden Bricker, who's 17. He's released like 9 albums so far.
More than us.
Yeah, ridiculous. He's very prolific. And then the third part of that is later this fall we'll be announcing a music grant for artists under 18.
And you committed to this too, like for the next number of years.
Yeah. We said we're gonna do it for 5 years. That's great. So it'll be it's just a little something to help young
Help the
artists.
youth.
So yeah, what would your advice be for those who are aspiring musicians and
Hang in there.
hang in there?
Yeah.
Is it
Work
tougher?
hard and be nice.
Yes, that's the good advice.
You find it is tougher for now, or is it?
I think it's always tough.
outlets? Yeah.
I mean, it's always
Place
been tough
everything.
for us, so I assume it's always been tough.
It's always going to be some combination of talent and luck. And if you can at least try and get the talent part going, then you might find yourself in some luck.
And let's talk about the deluxe edition of Cascadia that was released about a week and a bit ago.
Yeah.
So you added there's a new song,
New
and there's
song.
4 remixes of.
Some
Well,
alternate
yeah.
takes, some alternate versions of songs, and those are always fun.
If you want to get really specific,
Yeah.
there's a song called First Time Since the First Time, which was recorded quite a while ago and just never found a home on an album. And then there's a mellow version of Level Best, which appears on Cascadia. There's an alternate version of Broken Man, which also appears on Cascadia. And there is a field recording of Gambier Island Green, which was like a one take done in a backyard, her grandma's backyard. And then there is a like remix of Record Shop, which is more of like a flip. It just takes like a piano part of it and turns it into this like really weird 90s kind of bop.
Which sometimes finds its way into the set.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Depends on the crowd.
If it's a party crowd, sometimes there's a remix in the middle of the set.
Yeah.